So I just watched a video by Ginny D about buying character backstories off of Fiverr, basically hiring someone to write your backstory for you. I'm a big fan of Ginny D. Yeah, I like her content. And I want to address something that came up in the video. About AI slop, and AI scams. Or not even AI scams, because it's not the AI that's scamming someone; it's a person. Um, Although who knows, this person may be having the AI do pretty much most of the work, but there's a person behind it that's collecting the money. Um, Now, first of all, when she talked to this person, it was like the most expensive option. It was $60 next to write a few pages of backstory, which is not completely out of line with a few hours of work, but it's still much more expensive than the other options she found. He then responded with a clearly AI created response that one was asking her for a bunch of details that he didn't initially ask for. No, okay. But he was also trying to upsell her on including details that he should be including anyway. Whether he either comes up with himself or asks her for more information. And basically, right there, the guy's not ethical. I mean, upselling is one thing, but upselling, let me say, oh, I can include character art or something else. No, with the thing, not the thing you trying to upsell you on the thing you initially paid for, and charge you more for it. So right there, and just being devil's advocate here, they're using AI for business correspondence, I would say, is probably one of the least objectionable uses of AI. And I use AI for all sorts of things, so I can't talk, period. But and I don't like saying I'm pro AI because that implies that I think AI is a good thing for humanity. I think AI is inevitable. The invention of the computer and the trajectory of automation and with computers, we've predicting the rise of AI for 60 years. There's what's happening now is just it's going to happen, and I do think they're useful tools. But anyway, so she tried to cancel the order. He denied the request to cancel, and he gave her a product. The product he gave her didn't even include the name that she gave her. So not only was he possibly using AI, probably using AI, but he didn't even review it. So the guy's a scammer, period. The guy's not doing the work. And I really gotta wonder, because AIs can hallucinate to change the name of your character and all sorts of things. But I really wonder if even put in the name into the, because screwing up the entire name is kind of a big one. Matter of fact, the two human authors that she found incorporated the meaning of the name that she gave in the stories that they gave her, since the name was all they really had. Whereas this person didn't even use the name, and if you're using AI, you'd think you'd have all the research tools at your fingertips to research the meaning behind the name and stuff. Not only that, what they got back reminded me of when I was first working on my novel. So I had a story in my head for 28 years. I came up with it when I was about 15. It's now a novel. I created it with the help of AI. I'm not going to lie. I've been very transparent about that. But the first time I tried getting it down, I used ChatGPT, specifically ChatGPT 4.0, because I think when you're talking about AI models, you kind of have to be specific because different models behave differently. specifically through the chat app itself, not through the API, through the chat app. And it didn't even know its own limitations. I would say, write me 3,000 words. Here's what I need to happen in this section. And it would say, here's 3,000 words. And it would give me about 1,200 to 1,500 words. This is because ChatGPT, at that time, in that model, its output limit was about 1,000 to 1,500 words. It didn't know that. It didn't know its own limitations. I ended up with around 10,000 word novella, which was kind of based on my story. It gave me inspiration to go back from the beginning and rewrite the whole thing. Mostly using Gemini, a lot using voice to text, and using Gemini to flush out some of the prose, giving it heavy editing. I was involved in the process every step of the way. I didn't pump out a book in a few weeks, or even a few days, or even a few weeks. I spent months on this. But quick responses that are marked down as chapters. Now, people sometimes will call chapters, like this is the chapter of the person's life, but ChatGPT specifically, I find will like say this is a complete chapter, and it's like one page. So the writing that she received definitely reminded me a lot of the crap that I got from ChatGPT. Now, here's the thing. First of all, the scam partially is the lack of disclosure. If you're using AI to write something, not everyone knows how to use AI properly. Not everyone knows how to get a good product out of AI. Just asking it to, write something is not gonna. Ginny's absolutely right. It'll give you the most generic slop you can find because it doesn't know what specifically you want. You have to be very specific with AI. Now, it's not only that; it's the level of quality. I have no doubt that what she got was written by AI, but not only that, I have no doubt that he probably didn't even read it. He sent it to her without even looking it over much. The fact that the name was wrong. If you're going to use AI to create something, and like I wrote a book with AI, or I created a book if you prefer. I went through scene by scene. I gave the AI model detailed character, their backgrounds, and I went plot point by plot point. I edited heavily. I revised heavily. I went scene by scene, moment by moment, and there were several times where I tried to change my story into what I didn't want, and I had to correct it and be like, no. There were several times where I compiled stuff together and it would summarize stuff and start trying to cut stuff out. I'm like, no, we need to go back to the previous version, and then I have to delete chats because it keeps remembering the bad version that it created. It's interesting to use AI because you have to realize, especially right now, AI is getting better, but people talk about AI like it's this finished product. It's it's in its infancy. It's actually becoming a more viable product for day-to-day usage. It's now. But I could have, for example, given my idea for a book, use ChatGPT or Gemini or something like that to use voice to text to have the AI write a quick outline, throw that into a program like Designer, which is another AI tool that will write an entire book for you, and have it just write a book that I could just throw up. That I wouldn't say was created by me. Then again, if I threw an outline based around a little bit of market research, I hired someone to do some market research and find out what would sell. Then I hired a ghostwriter to write that stuff. That has not giving him instructions, and that person then has no real passion for the project. They're just paycheck. I wouldn't say I created that book either. It's just a product. The book I did create, that story was in my head for 28 years. And I'm glad it's out there now. And I wrote a sequel to it, expanding that story out, to a current modern setting. And funnily enough, if incorporating a super intelligent AI in the plot. But I agree that what she received was a scam. Doesn't mean AI can't be used, especially in business correspondence. Like if you go to AI, it's like, hey, this client wants me to write a backstory for a character, or give me some key questions I should ask. And potential upsell opportunities, but like I said, upsell opportunities should be not the product that you already agreed to give. Not it should be something like, oh, I can give you a character, or art, or something in addition to what I already said I would give you. Be careful what you pay for is basically all I'm saying. And let's I guess my key takeaway from this is blame the scammer, not the tool. But definitely the tools of AI that AI gives you give scammers a lot more tools, like deepfakes, low effort products that are definitely flooding the market. And I fully agree that you should watch out for them. Anyway, be queer and be geeky, and I hope you enjoyed my take.